Neemias Queta is quietly changing the trajectory of the Boston Celtics, and most fans are only now beginning to realize just how significant his impact could be. While the NBA world often focuses on blockbuster trades, superstar returns, and headline-grabbing signings, sometimes the most important shifts happen internally. This season, Queta's rise has done more than fill a roster spot. It has fundamentally reshaped how the Celtics must think about their future, especially at the center position. What once looked like a looming problem has suddenly become a potential strength, and that changes everything for Boston moving forward. For years, the Celtics have relied on a mix of veteran big men to stabilize their interior defense. Players like Al Horford provided leadership and intelligence, while Kristaps Porzingis offered size, shooting, and rim protection when healthy. But that era came to an abrupt end. Porzingis was dealt away, Horford left in free agency, and Luke Kornet signed elsewhere. Almost overnight, Boston's carefully constructed big man rotation disappeared. In its place stood a massive question mark, and one unlikely answer: Neemias Queta. Before this season, Queta was rarely part of long-term conversations. He bounced between limited minutes, short rotations, and fringe roles that never truly allowed him to find rhythm. With the Sacramento Kings, opportunities were sparse. Even after joining Boston, he was viewed as depth rather than destiny. But basketball development is rarely linear, and sometimes players simply need the right system, trust, and timing. This season, Queta finally received all three. What immediately stands out about Queta's transformation is his defensive presence in the paint. The Celtics have always valued defensive versatility, but true rim protection is a different currency in the NBA. It alters shot selection, forces opponents to hesitate, and reshapes offensive schemes. Queta has become that deterrent. When players drive into the lane and see him waiting, the entire possession changes. Shots are rushed, angles are adjusted, and confidence evaporates. Statistically, his impact is undeniable. Opponents shooting in the paint with Queta as the closest defender are converting at one of the lowest rates in the entire league. He ranks among elite defensive names and in some cases ahead of them. This is not a small sample fluke or a matchup-based anomaly. Night after night, Queta is consistently contesting shots, altering trajectories, and anchoring Boston's interior defense with authority. What makes this even more remarkable is the context. Boston did not enter the season expecting Queta to carry this responsibility. In fact, he was thrust into the starting role more out of necessity than design. Yet instead of merely surviving, he has thrived. That speaks volumes about both his preparation and the coaching staff's confidence in him. Trust is everything in the NBA, especially for big men who must constantly make split-second decisions on defense. Queta has earned that trust. Rim protection, however, is only part of the story. One of the most underrated aspects of Queta's development has been his growth on the offensive end, particularly as a screener. Earlier in his career, illegal screens were a recurring issue. His timing was off, his angles were inconsistent, and defenders frequently baited him into fouls. This season, that weakness has largely disappeared. Now, Queta sets firm, legal, and purposeful screens. He understands spacing. He knows when to hold contact and when to slip early. His pick-and-roll chemistry has improved dramatically, allowing ball handlers to operate with confidence. This subtle improvement has unlocked an entirely new dimension of Boston's offense. Guards are getting cleaner looks, wings are attacking downhill more effectively, and Queta himself is becoming a reliable lob threat. These improvements matter because championship basketball is often decided by margins. One extra possession, one altered shot, one perfectly timed screen can swing a playoff game. Queta is now contributing in all of those areas. He may not stretch the floor like Porzingis, but he provides vertical spacing that forces defenses to collapse. That creates opportunities elsewhere, and Boston thrives on exploiting those openings. Perhaps the most important consequence of Queta's emergence is strategic. For the past year, there has been constant speculation about Boston needing to trade for another center. Fans and analysts alike assumed that a major move was inevitable. Without Porzingis and Horford, how could the Celtics survive deep playoff runs? But Queta's play has changed that equation entirely. Instead of desperation, Boston now has flexibility. They may still add another center in the future, but it is no longer an emergency. That difference is massive. Teams that operate from panic overpay. Teams that operate from stability make smarter decisions. Queta has given the Celtics breathing room, and in the NBA, breathing room is power. There is also the financial aspect to consider. Elite rim protectors on rookie or low-cost contracts are among the most valuable assets in the league. If Queta continues on this trajectory, Boston will have a starting caliber center producing at a fraction of the market cost. That allows resources to be allocated elsewhere, whether retaining star wings, adding shooting, or reinforcing bench depth. Every front office dreams of this scenario. From a tactical standpoint, Queta's presence complements Boston's perimeter defenders perfectly. Derek White, Drew Holiday, and the Celtics' wing defenders excel at funneling ball handlers into the paint. In past seasons, that system relied heavily on help defense and rotations. Now, there is a true anchor waiting at the rim. That changes defensive schemes entirely. Boston can stay home on shooters, switch less aggressively, and trust Queta to clean up mistakes. It is also worth noting how quickly Queta has adapted to increased responsibility. Starting at center is not simply about size or shot blocking. It requires communication, leadership, and constant awareness. The center calls coverages, directs traffic, and sets the tone physically. Queta has embraced that role far more quickly than expected. His confidence is growing, and teammates are responding to it. This development also reshapes timelines. When Jason Tatum returns fully healthy and Boston enters its next competitive phase, Queta could already be a seasoned defensive leader. That continuity matters. Championships are rarely won by teams that constantly overhaul their cores. Having a young center grow alongside the franchise star creates stability and shared experience, two underrated factors in postseason success. Of course, challenges remain. Queta still has room to improve as a passer and decision-maker under pressure. Elite playoff defenses will test him with quick doubles and rotations. Conditioning, foul management, and matchup adaptability will all be areas of focus. But these are developmental challenges, not structural flaws. The foundation is strong. What makes Queta's story particularly compelling is how unexpected it is. The NBA is full of former lottery picks and hyped prospects who never quite figure it out. Meanwhile, players like Queta grind in the background, waiting for an opportunity that may never come. When it finally does, the results can be transformative. This season, that transformation is unfolding in real time. For the Celtics, this is not just about one player exceeding expectations. It is about a shift in organizational thinking. Queta's rise reduces risk, increases options, and strengthens Boston's competitive window. It allows patience instead of urgency, development instead of reaction. Those are the traits of sustainable contenders. As the season progresses, the league will adjust. Scouting reports will grow thicker. Opponents will test Queta in new ways. That is inevitable. But the early returns suggest that his impact is real and lasting. He is not merely filling space, he is redefining it. Neemias Queta's defense has become the backbone of Boston's interior identity. His screens have unlocked offensive flow, his presence has eased front office pressure, and his growth has quietly altered the Celtics' future in ways that may not be fully appreciated until much later. Sometimes the most important moves are not trades or signings, but belief. Boston believed in Queta, and right now that belief is paying off in a very big way. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Celtics' evolving future and want more breakdowns like this on NBA strategy, player development, and behind-the-scenes decisions, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next analysis.